Alright, man, 0.2 is here, and with it comes a really nice new start screen. It's got a lot more character and, like, depth to it. I like it. I think that was actually a couple minutes faster, but here we go, our first steps into 0.2. Okay, so we got a new icon for the rested thing, that's great. Let's give the game a second here. Usually we have to wait maybe a good 30 seconds for us to actually load it. Okay, so I've had a second to kind of reassess my key bindings here. Poor Cornholio seems to be permanently injured, but I've had a moment to reassess my key bindings. I'm really enjoying the new controls layout, but I'm definitely gonna keep dodge on right click here. It's just such a comfortable dodge button. Also, I have no idea why Cornholio has clothes now, but old Cornholio does not have clothes. Anyway, we've got something that we could kind of look at here, right, and now, if we could get him to stop for a second. Set behavior! Alright, cool. So, alright, attacking is allowed, and reviving is allowed, and harvesting, mining and logging. Awesome! Cool! Fuel structures, build unfinished structures. I like it, man. I really enjoy the fact that, and you can see like what tool you need to then equip over on the side. I like this little change, and I'm excited to see it get expanded on. Something that I'm maybe sadly not such a fan of is seeing the name of the build structure when you aren't in build mode. I like having that stuff sort of hidden because it's nice, you know? It at least doesn't show up when you turn off the entire HUD. And something I'm also kind of noticing right off the bat here, we're moving a lot faster, man. Like, we are zooming. Yeah, we've gone up by about like 120 units in our movement speed. And when we sprint, we're like 1200. That's crazy. Let's see if there were any tweaks under the hood to flying here. Just a little bit more. Let's see. No, it's seeming about the same as it was at 0.13. But dodging is different. Oh, dodging is really different. I don't think you gain height anymore. Or if you do, it's definitely not as much as it used to be. But it's cool. It's kind of more like forward momentum. Alright, let's see how the game does for loading up my crafting area here. It's always a bit chunky. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. But, I mean, I guess we're in the crafting area. Okay, cool. I'm enjoying the, like, UI changes here. That's awesome. That's awesome. It would be cool maybe in the future if we could get, like, little icons for what the augments are. That might be maybe a bit tough to do, I'm not too sure. But it would be nice to have like little mini icons for what the augments are. I think that would be really helpful. But enough of my ideas. Let's see if this works. I think it does. I think it's gathering up our lumber from upstairs. Okay. No, that's our lumber in our inventory. Let's double check here. Yeah, we do have lumber up here. Okay. So it's not quite reaching. But it is reaching the wood that we have inside of this chest here. So that's cool. This is a system that I'm really looking forward to messing around with because I think that there is a ton of potential from, you know, keeping your storage systems separate to maybe having them overlay in a way that's really efficient. I'm looking forward to diving into this one over the next couple days. Okay, I gotta look at my stats here because this is crazy. We have like 8,000% stealth. We are the stealthiest dude around. And the movement speed, 91%. Okay. And then 93%. Okay. Interesting. It's really cool how these different tools now have the ability to affect like a lot more stats. I think it's going to lead to us having a lot more of like maybe personal process of creating tools here in the game. Alright, but now we gotta try this out. Let's see. Oh, that's cool, and it just, like, teleports it to your inventory, too. I think that that's gonna really speed up the process of gathering, like, fiber and sticks and stuff. Sick. And it's definitely still applying harvesting buffs, too. You can see that we got 13 plant fiber there. Man, just crouch walking at 100 miles an hour. So, since we're finally seeing the true stats on stuff, I'm kind of curious to see what's going on with my hidden stash of folded gear. 13,000 damage? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. 65,000 damage. That's hilarious. But I think this is the big one. Plus 1,782% range damage. The embellished head wrap. What the heck, man? As crazy as it is to finally see the stats on my folded gear, I'm still really excited to get into the new crafting changes. I think that they're going to really open up the game, and it's going to be interesting to see if I can make gear, obviously not as good as the folded stuff, but still to see, like, how deep the rabbit hole goes. Either way, though, speaking of crafting changes, sick segue, I know, but let's go off and check out the hybrid crafting setup I put together for yesterday's video. Overall, though, just as like a general impression of the current performance of the game is feeling a lot more stable. There's a lot less, like, heavy lag spikes, like say when buildings are loading in and stuff like that. Normally there would be a really heavy lag spike here, but it's actually a lot better. Now, of course, sadly, as we saw earlier, when you have just a crazy amount of augments and stuff like that all in the same place, like my crafting setup, it can still cause lag. But I do think that these more kind of generalized structures with maybe, you know, a medium amount of augments in them, it loads a lot better here. So now to test out the current crafting setup, let's put some Anidia in here and see if it'll come through and be picked up through this solid wall here. And it is! Awesome! Great! So, I mean, like, that's really the only thing I needed to test here to be sure that it all works, but man, that's awesome. If you'd maybe like a tutorial on this, I put one together for, again, yesterday's video on 3 crafting from storage setups. So let's go about putting together a simple porter pistol here, because they're pretty easy to put together quickly. Let's get that crafting. And then we'll make the mechanical gears, again, out of Anidia. Make the refined action here. I think wires are a cheaper recipe now. That's awesome. And then a forged handle, which that's a shaft and an ornament. Wow. This crafting process, now that we have these things like, you know, queues and stuff like that, actually makes crafting so much more fluid. And there we go. That's all the parts for the porter pistol. We'll then extinguish that. Okay, range damage 125. Range damage 350. That's a pretty significant jump, but I'm excited to see what this will be like after we upgrade it to legendary. Alright, man. I think this thing's looking sick. And, oh, right. We can dodge now. I wonder... Can we dodge while we have a sniper rifle? We can! Oh, that's sick. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But, oh! Okay, so then we'll aim... Okay, cool. What would be really cool, if... Again, might be difficult to do, but it would be really cool if we could, like, queue up an excellent upgrade bench to upgrade through, like, all the tiers somehow. Or if we could just skip tiers. That would be nice, too. Alright, and... 1,260. That's not bad. That's not bad. The crit damage, with a full Anidia build, the crit damage really suffers. So I still think that there's a benefit to hybridization. But that 1,000% stealth rate, it's crazy. Alright, so let's get this all set up here. We'll go for crit damage, range damage. And just because I'm kind of curious if we could put an infusion onto something and then get a stat from it. Let's put health regen on. And will the health go on? It will! And yeah, we got a little bit of health regen. That's sick. Oh, that's kind of cool. So when you dodge now, because you stay kind of more ground locked when you do, you could go downstairs like really quickly. And let's look at our range damage right now. I'm gonna need to build like a full new outfit. Luckily enough, it's gonna be a lot easier to do in this update, but I'm pretty sure that this piece of Anidia right here and maybe the Titan's fingernail here is definitely some folded stuff. Whoa! But the kind of cool thing is that we could totally make million damage builds, I think, pretty easily in the game here now at this point. At least until they start introducing those hard and soft caps in future updates. That might level the playing field a bit. But I feel like you can make some really overpowered gear in the game right now. And another unsung change from this update is... Wow, that was loud. Is the changes to crafting costs. So now it only costs 1 refined pigment and 1 stone powder, and you get 3 paint for that, which is a great change to see here. Really, as a whole, overall, I think crafting is coming together to be a much nicer process. A lot of the grind is being taken out, which I totally agree with. I think some things should be really grindy, and you should, have the ability to put hundreds of hours into it. And some things should be maybe not so grindy, like crafting and stuff like that. But I do think that there's now a lot of room for us to start adding those really grindy kind of endgame crafts to the game, because now things are reaching a much better baseline, and so we can maybe just start, like, building up from here. So the crafting changes are great. The performance is really good. I'm enjoying the AI changes so far, though I have to dig a bit deeper into them, and I'm really enjoying the UI changes. So next, let's go bound hunting here and see if we can't find the new Aegis and Mortar. So I actually kind of prefer the way flying works right now. Oh, the trees messed me up. But I kind of actually prefer the way flying works now. It's a lot easier to pull off. Yeah, the trees keep canceling my umbrella, but like, it's actually really smooth, and you don't lose too much height, even though you aren't gaining height. But that's kind of okay, because the gaining height part was the kind of maybe more janky side of it. Okay, here are the mortar dudes, and they are far more tanky than the standard bound here. We got a crit there, though. Sick. I want to see how much that damages me. Hit me, mortar dude! Oh, you're shooting too high. Okay, yeah, a decent couple hundred damage. Nice. This is just on medium difficulty, too, so... He just, like, teleports, basically. That's sick. And he does a decent chunk of damage. Doesn't have that much health, though. I'm kind of surprised, but I guess... Also, this pistol is probably far too overpowered for this place. Okay, that's interesting. My gazpacho is significantly worse here. I might have to revise... Yeah, I might have to revise some of my recipes here. At least the sashimi's still sick. As I kind of thought, though, the level 100 enemies aren't quite cutting it here, so instead I'm going to open up an Ascended Realm and put it onto Extreme, so that we can really see what these new bound are like. Alright, and I also kind of like the small change here of the fact that you have to actually approach the bubble for these enemies to spawn now. Oh, it's totally worthwhile just... beat him in the head. Alright, how much damage do you do? Oh, hey! Like 1,000, like 1,300 damage. That's crazy, man. What the heck? And moving on to the top floor here. Oh, got another big dude. All right, cool. I want to try out the parry system with the knife too, just to kind of see how it goes. That's cool. Whoa! Awesome. I really like the parry. Oh, I was a bit early. All right, come on. I got this. I got this. No. Okay. Yeah, it totally doesn't seem like you can parry ranged attacks. Nope. I think he just killed himself. I think he just killed himself off that pole. What the heck happened? Enemies do take fall damage now, so maybe that's what happened. Oh, hey! Alright, dude, come on. Okay, so I don't think that we could parry the ground slam, which is kind of in line. Okay, but we can parry that! Cool, awesome. He doesn't get stunned though, which makes sense. Yeah. Oh, but we did negate damage there. I'm pretty sure that we just totally blocked that, so that's cool. Maybe you can block ground slams and stuff. There's a lot to figure out with this system. Man, I really think that Nightingale has such a cool combat system with the movement and now with the special abilities and stuff. It's gonna be sick watching this just like expand and unfold throughout the years. Hey, nice, awesome. Man, alright, so this update is just, it's really good. It's really good. For the first big update from Inflexion here in Nightingale, just hats off to them. They put together a really awesome update here with the feedback from the community, adding so many community requests here, and just expanding on things in a fantastic way, improving the like, seemingly the net code. I don't know that much about coding, but maybe the net code and the performance of the game overall in a huge way. Just like, really, this is a solid update, man. So, 0.2, absolutely smashed out of the park here. But hey, if you folks enjoyed this video, a thumbs up goes a long way in support, or maybe consider subscribing for more Nightingale content and coverage as the game goes on here. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Stay tuned for a couple more videos today. But for now, either way, thank you for watching, and peace out, folks.